As we can see what is happening with the current NBA Dream Team, there are some thoughts coming to mind. First of all, when the Dream Team lost their exhibition games, I was a little cool and relaxed, even though a lot of people were going crazy because of it and panicking. I reserved my thoughts then, and I thought to myself, let me wait and see what will actually happen when the games start counting. I thought, okay, they're getting their bearings. They haven't played together much, let them gel. They're superstars, so they can do it quick. All that basketball IQ and talent. Now I'm not that sure after the Dream Team got their butts whooped by France by a score of 83-76. I've been hearing all the talk of the NBA players taking their time to adjust to the FIBA rules and such, and that's fine, but one thought comes to my mind. Are the NBA rules actually hurting the NBA players and the sport on the global stage? Are all those touch fouls and getting called for a foul just by looking the wrong way at a player hurting the league? Did all of this make the NBA players much softer than the world? I guess we will get all those answers soon, and we will see if they can gather themselves and kick some ass. But there's a little truth to this. Many young players laugh at the old school guys that played before them like Barkley, Shaq, and many others, saying the league is soft. You got guys like Dennis Rodman coming out and saying he could lock up LeBron James and he'd make him an average player in his era. Well, maybe there's something to all of this talk. The young guy's defense and response is always that players are quicker now, stronger now, and better skilled. Really? Well, you call yourselves the world champions, yet when you get to play against the world, you get your behinds whooped. What is really going on? What would really happen in the 90s, the 2000s, even the 80s to these players? When they could have been knocked around a lot more, hand checking was still in place, and there was a lot more physicality allowed. Many of these guys are awesome shooters, like we've never seen before, don't get me wrong, but they do get special treatment in this era. A lot more room to shoot, and rules and game has changed a lot in the direction of allowing players more room to shoot, make the game quicker, and get more foul calls for less aggressive play. Now the players mostly focus on shooting threes and flying in for dunks instead of actual basketball fundamental skills. The NBA player contracts together are much, much higher than the international players they play against, yet they can't beat them. I wish my favorite NBA team had that kind of a skill to build on a lower budget, but was able to kick the behind of the NBA All-Star team. I know the world caught up a little bit to the NBA. There are NBA players in the world teams right now. Good ones, like Luka Doncic, Gobert, and others. But don't you think the NBA allowed the rest of the world to catch up much faster because they changed the NBA rules compared to the rest of the world and almost treat their players like prima ballerinas? I'm not saying that's the case, but facts are facts. And what we see in these games is that those superstar players are having a tough time adjusting, complaining a lot, because they're actually roughed up on the court. And they can't get as much into their comfort zone as they do in the NBA because it's way more physical playing with world rules. Did the European players get better or are just tougher coming into the league because they're used to being physical and it's easier to play for them in the NBA? That is a lot to think about, and those are some damn valid points if you ask me. The NBA players have been allowed to do whatever they want on the NBA court and call themselves the world champions when they win. As it's looking now, they might want to stop that tradition because they don't seem to be able to beat the world anymore. They are the US champions from now on until they prove otherwise. Our biggest stars are out there: Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Zach LaVine. Yes, there is no James and Steph, but hey, would it matter? Would it be that different? We have probably the second and third best shooter in the NBA out there in Lillard and KD. We have some dogs in Holiday and Green. Is the NBA getting too soft with their rules now? Or is it something else? Let me know.